Are you a small business owner who's eager to grow your business but feels trapped in the daily grind of day-to-day operations? Do you find yourself struggling to find time to focus on growth, unsure of what steps to take to actually achieve real progress? If so, you are not alone. Many small business owners are struggling with these same challenges when it comes to growing their business. But the good news is this: there are proven strategies, proven frameworks to help you break free and soar to new heights. That's exactly what we're here to do today. Welcome to the HaltingWinter Podcast, a podcast specifically designed for small business owners just like you, who are looking for expert advice, proven frameworks, and actionable strategies to grow their businesses and double their revenue. I'm your host, Seth Winterhalter. Today, we continue our 12-part series, giving you 12 specific steps to take to grow your business and double your revenue. If you've yet to launch your business, these are the steps you should take in order to launch and start a healthy and thriving business. Today's episode is going to take you through the 8th step as we continue down the path of leadership. How do I lead my business? In the last episode, we answered the first of the 2 very important questions when it comes to this topic. That question is, where are we going? We talked about setting a specific direction for your business in the year ahead and by creating a clear and compelling mission statement. Today, we're going to answer the second question, and that is, how are we going to get there? Before we dive into the topic, let me encourage you to check out the brand new program, Small Business Flight School. It's a 6-month program designed to tune up the 6 major parts of your business. We install proven frameworks that have helped hundreds of businesses double their revenue and soar to new heights of success and impact. You can learn more at smallbizflightschool.com. 4 words, smallbiz, B-I-Z, smallbizflightschool.com. You can find the link in our show notes below. Let's dive into the 8th step to take if you want to grow your business and increase your cash flow. Okay, last week we talked about a mission statement. Here was our clear mission statement that we created using my business, HaltingWinter. We said this: HaltingWinter will help 50 small businesses double their monthly revenue by the end of 2023 by enrolling them in our flight school, giving them the tools and support to tune up the 6 primary parts of their business in order to see statistical growth in each of these 6 areas. Why? Because small businesses are the lifeblood of our community, and without them thriving, the community does not thrive. Wow, there it is. Now that we have clarity in our mission statement, we're helping 50 small businesses double their revenue by the end of 2023 because they're the lifeblood of the community, and when they thrive, everything else thrives. Now we need to create waypoints, right? We have the destination. The destination is out there. Now we need waypoints to make sure that we're on the path. Think of it this way: waypoints are specific markers that keep us on the path headed in the right direction. Why? Think about a plane. If I'm a pilot of a plane and I'm going to take off from New York City and I'm going to fly to Tokyo, Japan, right? That's a flight that takes, I think, 14 hours nonstop. If we take off, if we get off the runway up into the air at soaring height, and I don't check any instrument panels, let's say again that we don't have autopilot, which is just going to basically machine take us there, right? We got to do this the old way, and that's navigate our way there. If I just get up to flying altitude and set my nose of my plane towards Tokyo, Japan, and don't check anything until 14 hours later when my alarm goes off and it goes, you should be above Tokyo now, I'm going to have some problems, right? There's going to be air currents. There's going to be turbulence. I'm going to be lucky if I'm even in Asia by the time I look at where I'm at 14 hours later. I might very well be in Australia. Waypoints let us know if we're on track and allow us to make adjustments. So let's go back to my mission statement. If HaltingWinter says, if our mission is to help 50 small businesses double their monthly revenue by the end of 2023, I can break that down. If the goal is 50 small businesses, I need to then get 50 small businesses in flight school. So I'm not going to just go, well, I need 50, and every week I'm going to try to get a few. I'm going to do a little bit of work, and then all of a sudden I'm going to end up at the end of the year. What were my numbers? Did I hit 50? No, I'm going to break it down and go, hey, And I'm not going to just break it down by going, hey, there are 4 quarters in a year, right? There's only 3 quarters left of 2023, quarter 2, 3, and 4. So let's say I've got 3 quarters left. Flight school launches in May, so I need 50 in 3 quarters. Now, you could divide 50 by 3, but I don't think that's smart because that's not reality. If I'm launching a new program, what I want to do is scale that. So what I want to say is, hey, I'm going to set my goal for 15 participants in quarter 2. That means 5 per month. Quarter 3, I'm going to increase that to 7 per month, which means 21. Then in quarter 4, I'm going to increase that to 10 per month. I want 10 small businesses to join the flight school per month, which means a total of 30 in the 3 months of quarter 4. That's a total of 66 participants. Now you may say, Seth, you said that your goal is to help 50 small businesses. That's right, but that's not the end of the goal. It's to help 50 small businesses double their revenue. So if I get 66 total participants in, guess what? That is a 75% rate of having out of 66, to get 50 to actually join and double their revenue, I need 75% to do that. I can have 25% that might join and they might have joined in that last quarter and not had enough time to get up to speed. There's always going to be 1 or 2 that join and there's issues with the owners, things come up, right? You're not going to have perfect ones that double it right away. So there's going to be some variances. There's going to be some realities that I've got to account for. So if I can get 66 in there and have a 75% turn, that's really good. Now I want to beat that. I want to break that, but I'm trying to be realistic. Right? I'm trying to be realistic to, there's going to be issues. There are going to be things that come up that I'm not going to have 100% of the companies, especially in quarter 4. If you come right in, that only gives me 3 months. It doesn't even give me 3 because you're entering in and you got Christmas in there. So man, those 30 that come in, I got to be real tight. That's probably almost too aggressive, actually. If I want to help 50 small businesses double their revenue, I'm probably going to have to get 100 small businesses in. I'm going to have to get more businesses to participate in quarter 2 and 3 to actually be able to see that doubling of their revenue. See, you're all of a sudden now you're thinking strategically. Now you're breaking it down in reality instead of just going, oh well, 50. Let's just third it out. Just divide it by 3 and put our numbers in there. It's not realistic. It's not reality. So we're doing this to actually have tangible numbers to help guide us. So the second part of the goal was getting 50 to double their revenue, right? Like I said, not everyone's going to hit that. But we want to strive. That's what we're striving for. Now we also need this. I need my participants. I need them to report their weekly and monthly numbers so we can stay on target. I can't just get part of the application form is right. What's your gross revenue? What's your average monthly revenue? So we can look at that and then we can go, okay, I can't just look at that when they apply and then look at it 6 months later and hope. No, I need to see their numbers on a weekly, monthly basis to see, are we growing? What's happening? Right. So you've got to set up some tools then to help you actually measure. You got to set, these are called markers, right? We don't just set an annual goal and divide by 4 quarters. We have to make sure it's realistic. We have to make sure it scales. We have to make sure we're thinking about holidays or seasons, right? There are some of you businesses, right? Window gutter cleaners. I was talking to a company in pressure washing, power washing, soft washing to be exact. And they were talking about how, right, there's seasonality. And so sometimes now if you're a plumber, maybe there's less seasonality because people's plumbing doesn't go on vacation and go, we're not going to have any problems in August. No, like that's probably when the problems happen is when you don't want them to happen. And so you have the Christmas party and that's when the toilet decides to fail itself. Plumbing's probably less seasonal. Gutter cleaning, very seasonal. A Christmas tree company, very seasonal, right? So there's retail is seasonal. It has different seasons for different like launches. So you need to know your seasonality and all of a sudden maybe you don't have seasonality, but you have, you're launching new programs, you're launching new releases, you're doing something that has some, maybe it's not seasonality, but it's launch reality. So there's different seasons of momentum. And so those things have to be accounted for. All kinds of things that need to be accounted for that are going to give you less stress, because now now you're going to set markers in light of those things. So you're going to go, oh, okay, this is tracking to what I'd already seen. I prepared for this. I'm still on track though, because you set your mission statement according to these realities. You worked back and forth to make sure this happens. So when you do this, the bottlenecks become clear, right? The bottlenecks, when I think, okay, I'm going to help 50 small businesses, all of a sudden I'm thinking about, man, how many participants can I handle just myself? When am I going to need to hire more coaches? When am I going to need to hire more admin help to help on the backside of things, onboarding people, making that happen so I can do what I do best, and that's actually coach, right? When you're starting to look at your mission and scale and growth, all of a sudden things are becoming clear to go, man, that's going to be a bottleneck. I need to already start thinking. I don't maybe need to spend a ton of time researching admin help now, but I need to know, okay, I need to have that ahead of time. I need to be able to map that out and go, you know what though? When it gets to here, I know that right around the bend, I'm going to need some help. So that's when I need to start researching. That's when I need to start digging in and actually getting a, job description ready. So you're able to plan that, man, this takes so much stress off of you. Instead of all of a sudden you're like, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen. Like, yes, you did, because you expected it. You thought about growth. Now that doesn't mean you're going to have everything planned, right? Life happens. There's unexpected things. All of a sudden it's like, man, I didn't even see this need. And now we have this need. Great. That's a part of life. That's okay. But when you allow everything to happen that way, you're probably not going to grow, because you're going to be so stressed out that you're not going to handle it well. And you're going to want to avoid growth because you're like, yeah, I don't want that kind of stress. So this way you can actually take off the stress and actually have a plan as you grow. Okay. With a clear and compelling mission statement and clear waypoints to guide our way, now we can create a weekly action plan to guide our steps, right? So if I know, back to my plan, if I need to get 15 new clients in Q2, which is what I'm in right now, right? It's middle of April. I need 15 new clients. That's 5 per month. Now, here's what I need to do. Let's break it down. Number one, I need to create relationships with small business owners. How many small business owners am I creating a relationship with through? Maybe that's LinkedIn, maybe that's Facebook, maybe that's face-to-face Chamber of Commerce meetings or business association meetings, or maybe just going door to door to various small businesses in my community and meeting people. I've got to actually go out and create some relationships, because guess what? No one's going to come to me just because I have a podcast and I have social media. I think some of us actually think that. Maybe not frontal lobe, but in the back of our heads, I think we're like, I posted on social media. Why aren't people coming? It's because that's very like, I bought a sign and hung it up and I wonder why people didn't come. It's very it's non-tactical. It's very, those things can be a help, but you going, right, and actually connecting and drawing people in, captivating them, compelling them. And yes, advertising, marketing has a place, but nothing beats, right? We know this, nothing beats word of mouth. Nothing beats you telling a real living person and serving them and them going and telling another real person. Nothing beats that. And so how do we create relationships? How do I create relationships with my target audience? In order then, right, step number 2 is to create opportunities for consultation calls. Hey, man, we should get on the phone, or we should sit down and have coffee and talk about flight school. I think it would be a good fit for some of the things you're mentioning, some of the struggles, some of the things that you're like, man, I'm trying to figure out marketing. I would love to talk to you because that's what I do, right? So I create relationships, and maybe I want to say, hey, I want to create in this quarter, if my goal is 5 per month, 15 total, how many people do I just need to start relationships with? Probably 100, at least 100. So let's say 100. I'm going to build 100 relationships with small business owners. And I'm going to get out of that 100, I'm going to try to get half of them, 50, onto a consultation call to see if flight school would be a good fit for them. And out of that 50, I'm going to try to get 25 of them, half of them, onto a consultation call to really sell them flight school, to say, hey, let's just talk. We had that, that coffee or that short conversation to see if flight school might be a good fit. It seems like it really could be. It seems like some of the things are you're interested in learning more about that. So let's set up an hour-long call to really dive into it and really get in to see what your problem is, so I can make a determination if I really think it's a good fit for you, and you can make a determination if you think this is a good fit. So then, right, we have 25 actual sales calls, and out of that 25, I'm going to try to close. My goal is to close 5 of them. 5 sales calls, right? And so let's break that down again. I'm going to create a relationship with 100. I'm going to try to get 50 of those 100 onto consultation calls just to see if this would be an option. Out of those consultation calls, I'm going to try to get half those, 25, into actual sales calls to try to close them. Out of that 25, my goal is to close 5 of them. So guess what I need to do? Every week, 25 sales calls, close 5 of them. This is per month. Every week, I'm going to have 5 sales calls and close 1 of them. My goal is to have 1 sales call per day and to close 1 sale per week. Do you see how I just mathed that out? Did you track that? Let's go through it one more time real quick. If I know my goal is to get 15 new clients in quarter 2, that means I need 5 new clients. I need 5 new small business owners per month to join flight school. So that means I'm going to start with a goal of I'm going to create relationships with 100 business owners. So I got to schedule that into my work week. That means 25 new business owners I need to create a relationship with, either face-to-face or digitally. Facebook, LinkedIn, go talk to them, go to a business association meeting, do something where I connect. I have every week now, I have a list of small business owners that I'm working on, 25 of them per week, 5 per day. And out of those, I'm going to try to get, out of the 100, see now the math is, so 50 new clients, so 100 per month, that's 25 per week. Out of those 100 per month, I'm going to try to get 50 on consultation calls. I'm going to get 25 on sales calls. I'm going to close 5 of them. So I'm just breaking it down until I have got my weekly goal. My goal is to have 1 sales call per day. I want to schedule 1 call per day, and I want to close 1 sale per week. Now, obviously, if I just start in April with this, it's going to be real hard because that's a lot to do. That's a lot of things to manage. But as you notice, as things go along, if I get into month 2 and month 3 of quarter 2, that all those relationships I'm creating, that starts to fill buckets up. And so I've got a lot more people to draw from to get people onto the phone, into consultation calls, into sales calls, into closing. So just break it down again and again and again, chip away, math it out until the goal becomes less daunting and more manageable and achievable. Wow. How it's just so easy. Then it takes all the stress off. I've got to close. I got to make $10,000 this month. Where do I start? You start with going, okay, how many clients is that? Well, that's 10 clients. I need to sell 10 clients. Okay. And out of 10 clients, how many do you need to close? Well, I need to have 100 sales calls to close 10. I have a 10% close rate. Okay. Which is way too low. So you're right. How am I going to get on the phone with 100 people? How am I going to captivate 100 people's attention to draw them into my pipeline? It's a numbers game. And here's too, you might have, maybe your goals are too lofty and you're like, how in the world am I going to get on the phone this many times? How am I going to connect with this many people? See, all of a sudden now it becomes more realistic and you go, wow, you're going to see bottlenecks. You're going to go, I can't get on the phone this much. I can't create this many relationships in this short a time frame. So I need help. I need to hire out help. I need to figure out a new system, right? All of a sudden it's going to reveal things in your path towards success. So breaking things down only gives you clarity, and it shouldn't give you, unless you really have thought unicorns and fairy tales, it should give you a very clear way to grow and build. So Break it down again and again and again until the big goal becomes less daunting, more manageable, and achievable. You can measure that week to week, month to month. Perhaps you need help in this. If you say, man, okay, numbers are not my thing. I love selling. I love creating product, but man, these numbers things and this goal setting thing and that breaking that down thing, that just overwhelmed my head. Friends, let's sit down. Let's figure out how to help you get clear on your mission, how to get clear on the path to grow your business and double your revenue, how to break that down into bite-sized chunks. We want to help with that. This is the one. This is part of the key action steps that you take in our flight school program. We set the mission statement, we break that down into waypoints and really help you understand what you're trying to achieve week by week and month by month. This is going to help you tune up the plane of your business so you can fly higher, farther, and faster. Let's not just want to grow and talk about growing our business. Let's actually take actionable steps to make it a reality. So learn more, apply today, apply right now at smallbizflightschool.com. Smallbiz, flightschool.com. Go now, smallbizflightschool.com. Let's take some action. Let's get clear on that mission, that 1-year mission for your business. What is our clear mission statement that we're going to, right? We will accomplish X by Y because of Z. Break that down into markers, into waypoints that help you know if you're on track towards that. Don't just wait till the end of the year and go, did we do it? No, break it down so that you know exactly how to adjust to reach your destination. Let's tune in next week tune in next time, next week. We do 3 of these a week, so we're just trying to kill the podcast game to give you more content to help you. We love small businesses and want to help you. So tune in next time as we take our 9th step in our 12-part journey. Looking at now, we're going to get into the topic of cash flow. How do we manage cash flow? I know this is a big thing. It's tax season. Did you have to take a delay? Did you have to write? Are you stressed out? What is my accountant doing? Oh, I don't even want to do my taxes because no accountant will take me because my numbers are such a hot mess. You need to tune in next time where we talk about how to manage cash flow, okay? Until then, get after it. Let's grow our businesses. Let's double our revenue. Let's have the impact every one of us longs to see. Until then, I'll see you.